we're going to learn how to place a Cluzo composite and a class 5 composite with flowable composite. So you're going to need your flowable composite syringe here. You just remove the cap. You're going to place on your cannula tip. Now if this was a real patient, we have to prepare the tooth. We would acid etch, rinse it dry, then place a prime and bond, and then we would lightly dry, and then we would go ahead and place the composite. In this situation, we're going to skip the first two steps. We're going to skip the etch step. We're going to skip the prime and bond. We're going to pretend that's already been done. And when we work in composite, it has to be an absolutely dry field. So I'm going to show you how to apply this composite. This is a type of composite that's for low stress areas. It's called flowable composite. And don't get it confused with sealant. It's a totally different material. So I kind of express a little bit of the composite just to get the feel of the flowability of the composite. And then I'm going to place it on my class 5 restoration. Slightly overfill, and then I'm going to cut off the excess against the tooth to minimize the amount of air being trapped here. So you can see my class 5 composite, and you can use your loop light to cure it. So you would go ahead and use your loop light. If you had a curing light, it'll take 20 seconds. Your loop light might take 60 seconds. So go ahead and cure that. And once you complete your class 5 composite and cure it for 60 seconds with the loop light, you can go ahead and start working on your occlusal class 1 here. So you're going to get a tooth like this. It should be in your home kit, class 1 preparation. Again, when we're using this type of composite flowable, we're assuming we're working in a low stress areas. So we're going to go ahead and pretend the acid etch step is done and the prime and bond step is done, and now we're ready to place the composite. I'm going to come over and place my cannula tip here, and then I'm going to flow it from the central pit, and I'm going to get the mesial distal pits. A slight overfill, and then I'm going to cut off the excess against the tooth. If you have too much of the flowable composite, I just get the cannula tip, and then I'll remove the gross excess with the cannula tip here. So you want to make sure your composite still follows the anatomy of the tooth, where you have concavities versus a convex profile, meaning you still maintain the dips, pits, and fissures. Okay, so now you're ready to cure it. I'll go ahead and light cure it with your loop light for 60 seconds. And when you're done with your flowable composite, it's very important to remove the cannula tip and put the cap on. You don't want to leave the cannula tip on, it's going to cure because it's transparent. So you want to place the cap on so the rest of the composite stays good. So you're going to go ahead and do those 2 teeth on your technop.